Welcome back, everybody. I am the Jimmer, and this is the Propane 150k King of the Hill Championship. It's going to be episode 29, featuring the Bovercraft and Friends by Rootness. And as you might, I'm sure have noticed, we aren't starting, right there with the battle already set up. Rootness has supplied me with this fantastic mod. Just absolutely, he's been talking about making a mod that kind of handles like all of the tournament stuff automatically. So it will check for minimum altitudes, maximum distance, out of bounds, and it displays how long the match has been going on. It shows, or it blocks anything being loaded that's like too high. Or actually, I think he said this one isn't quite implemented yet, but that's in the future. And from right here, we can set the amount of materials that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and actually bump this up to 20,000. Normally we do 10,000, but I'm going to do 20,000 now, because with this mod, it also blocks the... well, if you do damage, you get materials back from doing damage to your enemies. And for whatever reason, it doesn't work in this mod. I think it's like one of the features that Rootness has developed. I didn't especially like that one. I kind of like the you damage your enemy to get materials back, but I don't think it's that big a difference. But to make up for not getting materials back, I'm going to double the starting resources from 10,000 to 20,000. And I tested a few designs, and that seemed to be enough materials to get them like all the way through the battle with most of the materials not running out until the last couple minutes, depending on design. Some of the designs would still have quite a few materials left at the end, but I think this is a good balance for providing lots of materials for repairs and ammunition without going too overboard. And one of the coolest things about this is it automatically spawns in the crafts. So I'm going to go to my propane folder, and we're going to load in, so it's the Bovercraft and Friends is boards and sea level. I'm going to set this as Challenger, so this is going to load in the correct orientation and all that stuff, and it even shows the overall blueprint and materials costs of the two sub-vehicles, which is really nice. I was really impressed with how polished this mod is. It took a little bit to kind of figure out like the mod Steam workshop integration stuff is a little bit weird, but once you get into the actual mod, everything is smooth sailing. It works fantastic. Alright, and then in this episode, the Bovercraft and Friends are going to be taking on the Low Tech by Raving Maniac. Get that loaded in as King. Oh, I gotta fix that. Low Tech is, I guess we'll do left. It just says broadside, so we'll pick one of those in sea level, and that's actually, oh, there we go. So yeah, I did do that right. So the King is the Low Tech, and the Challenger is the Bovercraft. And I just wanted to say, like, I was even surprised the max distance is smart. So it if the vehicle is too far away but it's moving towards an enemy, it doesn't take off any time. And you'll see once we get this started, there's an on-screen overlay that shows all this information, which is so nice because it'll keep me from having to like kind of chase ships around and see how high they actually are, and looking away from the battle or even opening up the AI menu is no longer necessary. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, there we go. And the battle is away. F-22 flying in. Ooh, huge explosion. Looks like the F-22 able to take out a turret right away. And then the Bovercraft landing a missile. Oh no, not landing a missile strike. The anti-missile cannons and rams on here just took out those missiles right in the last second. Looks like everybody mostly surviving the Alpha Strike. Looks like the the Overcraft and friends are a little bit behind. Take a peek in the upper left corner there. You can see it shows the entries, overall hit points, and then the individual craft in the entries hit points for both the King and the Challenger. That is the percentages, and then there's also the materials. That is how many materials both sides have left. You can see the King, the the low tech, is going through his materials a little bit faster, but both pretty close to 15,000 material right now. And then, of course, right above that is the time, the match time. I think that might even be game time too. I don't know if that's actual game time or just seconds. It seems like it's going a little bit slower than real time, so that might actually be game time, which would be even better. Has lost the ammo racks on its railgun. Still really haven't seen that railgun used to good effect. I stick with my earlier statements that it just needs a little bit more armor to keep it from getting taken out so quickly. I'd really like to see that take a ship and roll it over, capsize it, see if we can get some kind of like tactical situation out of that. Battle getting a little spread out. Ooh, looks like the F-22 is taking a lot of damage. It looks like its engines are out, and it is now eating the shots, dropping in health rapidly. Oh, excuse me. Still getting over that little bit of a cold I had. I'm feeling a lot better today. It is Friday, so that might have something to do with it. Got a nice hot cup of coffee here. A little Irish cream in it, helping to nurse me back to health. Yeah, unfortunately the F-22 does not look like it's going to recover. The low tech is just pumping it full of rounds. I think one other thing I should mention at this point is, at this point in time, there's no despawning. I think I can go in and like manually use my I can use my explode or whatever if I need to take out a craft. But I don't think we really need to. It's I mean, if something drops below 100% health, it's pretty much out of the fight anyway. So I think I'm just gonna not worry about that unless it's a problem, and I hope that Witness is able to get that implemented in the next version of the mod. But you should definitely, if you're watching this, you're participating in the tournament, you should definitely download that mod. I'll leave a link down in the description. And it's great just for, like, not even like if you're not hosting tournaments or trying to be a YouTuber or whatever, just for like testing your personal designs, testing them against each other, or blueprints you picked up on the forums or off of the Steam Workshop. It's just really quick. You can just get the battle set up. You can pick your ranges, or excuse me, not your ranges, but your material costs, and size, and your spawn orientations. And it actually saves everything. So if I restart the designer, the battle will be all ready to go. So you can either try to test out your design against try to figure out which of your two designs you want to send into a tournament or something like that. You can run them both in, do 4 or 5 fights, see how they work. See what your strengths and weaknesses are. If there's any AI issues you can work out, anything like that. It's really convenient. I was just using it last night, just trying a bunch of my different old designs that I hadn't looked at in a while. Excuse me, and fighting them against each other. There we go. Looks like the excuse me, F-22 is completely gone. And the Bovercraft and is it the Gladius is way out there. It's hard to tell. Gladius and Chivona with a lot of like. Actually, I think this is the Gladius, so it's the Chivona and the Bovercraft way out there. You can see after each entry, it's got a time in seconds, 0 seconds, 0 seconds, 12 seconds there. That is the time spent out of bounds. And it will automatically despawn entries once they reach the maximum out of bounds time. I believe the default's the 120 seconds laid out in the tournament rules, but you can change that to whatever you like. But that's really good for me because I don't always notice when stuff's out of bounds, or when I do, how long it's been out of bounds. And sometimes I just don't want to pay attention to that. I want to pay attention to a good fight that's going on between two ships, and so I don't have to look away or worry about that. All that is taken care of automatically, so it's not. You can't really complain about it being unfair, as it is completely automated. Sorry about that. Seems the talking's making me cough. Alright, and that looks like the end there. So the low-tech able to defeat the Bovercraft and friends. I'm kind of surprised. I thought the Bovercraft would clean up the low-tech. But let's get this reset and get the round number 2 underway. As you can see, it's already all set up, which is fantastic. You can change stuff around in here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. And that's how easy it is. We are back in business. Pat pause a couple times, and the battle should start right up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, looks like the Bovercraft and friends had the early advantage. F-22 once again coming in, detonating the turrets there on the Chivona, getting away mostly unharmed. But as you saw, those guns just over time slowly working away, a few blocks here, a few blocks there. F-22 needs to get another good missile strike in before it gets too damaged. That'll give it the best chance of winning the battle. Bit of like a weird, I don't know if I think that the engine's turning on and off really fast or something. That jet just sounds really funny. It doesn't seem too brainy otherwise, but it just seems like that jet's kind of like starting and stopping over and over again really fast. Yeah, this thing seems pretty smooth. I don't know. I think it's just there must be an ACD on the F-22. It's just kind of fluttering the throttle. F-22 diving down, almost kamikazeing. In fact, I think it did a bit of a kamikaze there on the Gladius. Oh, look at those torpedoes coming in. We get big chunks on the F-22. F-22 airborne once again. Shots off of that laser. See the low tech is almost completely out of materials, down to its last 100 materials, and it is now all out, so it's not going to have any more repairs or materials for ammo processing. So this could be a turning point in the battle. The Bovercraft and Friends has still got a ton of materials left, and we're not even quite halfway through. It is 900 seconds is the full 15 minutes. I don't think this is going to last that long, though. I think maybe if the low-tech had run out of materials maybe 2 minutes ago, might have a chance, but at this point I think the F-22 is just too damaged. Take a look at the Bovercraft. Yeah, it is also, it's in better shape, but it is still pretty damaged. It doesn't seem to be shooting. It looks like the low tech is still able to generate quite a bit of ammo even without any ammunition processors running. and under normal circumstances would despawn. I think I'm okay with it not despawning, but I'm gonna just go ahead and call it now. We don't have to wait for all of the damage to be done. This is obviously a win for the low tech, so congratulations to Raving Maniac. Once again, the low tech proven to be a formidable opponent. Seen this entry do really well, even though it is a quote-unquote low-tech entry. No shields or advanced armaments or anything like that. And that means the Overcrafted Friends is going to move down, and our next episode will be its last battle against the Brimstone Rain. We'll see if it's able to turn the tide and get its first win of the series. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next episode.